Hello traders, this is Rich from tradesight. This is a look at our market leading stocks via our proprietary scans for the coming session. This is going to be for Friday, November 22nd, 2013. What we're looking at today as far as the signals go is it's kind of a mixed picture. Right now we're looking at the NASDAQ patch, which is one of the stronger ones. So we're definitely biased to the buy side with mostly CPS signals to the upside. Not too much on the sell side. We've got a conflict here in Adobe that'll take care of itself before the close. But for the most part here, a little bit biased to the buy side. Amgen sold off pretty aggressively. That's more than 3% below the day's open on increased volume, so that might be worth tracking tomorrow. But at the same time, in the same sector, Biogen is having a strong day with an upside signal. So definitely a couple of sister stocks at odds there. Really good volume today in Wynn Resorts. That one's real strong, almost 3% above the day's open. So I'm going to keep an eye on that for tomorrow as well. Moving on to the financials, a little bit to the buy side here, but nothing too strong. Real strong day in CME though. That one's 2.5% above the day's open. That one does have an upside CPS condition, so that's definitely one of the highlights. ICE still working through the merger and whatnot, so that's still seeing increased volume. Also, pretty strong day for American Express. Looking at the energies. Mostly light volume here. ACI Arch Coal's weak. No signal there though. Got a downside signal in BTU that's more than 2% below the day's open. That's pretty sloppy. Chesapeake, nice upside day. We've got an upside CPS condition and an open close deviation. Notable weakness today in RIG. Moving on to the generals. Generals are pretty well paired off here. Fairly light volume. Best Buy still got a little bit of volume spilling over from the news. Caterpillar, decent volume, but that one's a down day. That's about 1% below the day's open. VMware, strong day there. 3% above the day's open with an upside CPS. That's probably one to watch for tomorrow. Finally, the housing names, not too impressive. We do have a decent signal in Hovnanian. Low price stock, but it does have an upside CPS and it's nicely above the day's VWAP. Home Depot's showing an RPS signal, reverse pressure signal, so that may be in position to bounce tomorrow. Transport's pretty strong here. Fair amount of upside CPS conditions. CSX has a nice signal. FDX, dry ships, real low dollar stock, has one to the upside as well. UNP showing a downside RPS signal, and that one is on a bit of volume, so that might have some teeth tomorrow. And finally, the commodities. Gold's really weak today again, but starting to see some maybe a little evidence of a bit of a washout in some of these precious metals names. Got contra candles in silver, Wheaton, and double G. Those would be the two to focus on tomorrow because they'll be closing above the day's open, even though they're down on the day. To the downside, Mosaic and Potash. Those are two agricultural names flashing downside signals. They're both very weak, more than 2% below the day's open. All right, folks, so that's kind of the run through the leading stocks. As always, thanks for listening. This has been Rich for tradesight.